This is 2017 part 2, question number 1, part 3. Assume that 4 bits per pixel are used to represent a color in a color representation system. How many colors different from each other can be represented in this system? Okay. Achira, what do you think? If you have 4 bits, how many colors we can represent? Colors කීයද කියන එක අපි කොහොමද හොයන්නේ පුතා? Right? Amasha, tell me how you are going to find. Yes. If you have 1 bit, how many colors? Right? 1 bit, you can have either 0 or 1. That means 2 colors, right? So likewise, if you have 2 bits, then how many you can have? You can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. That means you can have 4 colors. Right? Now, Achira, now can you tell me, if you have 1 bit, we can represent 2 colors. If you have 2 bits, we can represent 4 colors. So that means if you have 4 bits, how many colors we can represent? Yes. So these 2 colors means there's a relationship, right? So how do you get 2 colors here? So 2 colors means this is 2 to the power 1. This is 2 to the power 2. So if you have 4 bits, then yes, 2 to the power what? Amasha? If you have 4 bits, 2 to the power what? 2 to the power 4, meaning how many colors? 16 colors. Okay. Pramodi already sent me the answer. Good. Right. Okay. So that's the third one. Okay, we'll move to the fourth one. Sama goes to bookshop to buy 3 exercise books and 2 pens. After finding the items, she takes them to the counter where the sales assistant scans the barcode stickers attached to each item into the information system in the shop. Quantities of each item are also entered into the system. The system calculates the cost for each item and total cost of all the items. Then the system prints the bill for the transaction. Write down one example each for input, process, and output of the information system. Okay, let's start. I want all of you to send me the answer. So this is, let's look at, we want to identify inputs first. Yes, what are the inputs? Yes. Yes, we can simply say the barcode. Yes, one. Majority of you said barcode, right? So 3 exercise books and 2 pens. Or you can also say quantities. They are the inputs. Then what are the processors? Okay, Achira, I'm waiting. Then we have output. Okay, so that's will right. So that's all. Okay, Amansha, your answer is correct. Binu correct. Pramati correct. So I didn't get the answer from Achira. Right, let's move to the fifth one. The following ports label A to E are found in the computer. Write down the relevant label of the port related to the following questions. Which port can be used to access internet using network cable? So which one can be used for network cable? Yes, which one do you think we can connect for network cable? Right, images are not that clear, but I think we can make a guess it now. Can you tell me what A is? What is this port A? Yes, what is A? Yes. What is port A? It's a PS2 port. Good. I'm going to just say PS2. B. Hurry up now. You should know these things. This is grade 10. Port number 2, B is, yes, should be VGA. Port number C, yes, HDMI. Good. Port number D, port number D, yes, USB. Port number E, yes, RJ45, or we can say network port. we know that this should be E, and what port can be used to connect digital camera to copy photos into the computer. That is, part A is E and part B is it says the port can be used to connect a digital camera to copy photos. Which one you use normally? Copy photos? Even a phone, we are using the same, right? Should be D, isn't it? USB. Simply USB is the one we use to connect. Now HDMI VGA usually connect for projectors. Or monitors. Okay, so that was the easy one. In the exam, actually, if you have done it correctly, you will get 1 mark each for these questions, right? Total 2 marks. Okay, we'll move to sixth one. The document sharing, document given below was created using a word processing software. And it was formatted as indicated by labels 1 to 4. Right. Font size has not been changed, you know. So we need to figure out from these labels what formatting tools are used for 1 to 4. Okay, quickly, can you tell me the answers? Can you identify what A to N is? We have font name, font size, bold, italic, underline, then subscript and superscript, and then we have what? We have A, meaning I don't know, is it word art? Then change case is J, then alignment with K. So K is left align, center line, M is right align, and N justify. So the first one, what we have to do? Yes, two things has changed for 1 to 2. One is the font. Second one is it's centered, isn't it? So for 1 and 2, so we can say 1, it could be A or L, isn't it? Second one, L or A. Both way this worked. Right, third one. What is the third one? It's a simple one. If you look at it very carefully, it has underlined the text. So underline means E. Fourth one, So we have subscript, that is F, right? Okay, so these are the answers. So it was the easy one, right? So for each correct answer, you will get 0.5. So 0.5 times 4, you will get 2 marks for this part. Right. Question number 7. Part 7. So we have to identify whether it's true or false. First one. It says internet protocol address is used to uniquely identify a computer on the internet. Is it true or is it false? Yes, internet protocol, IP address, we have said, remember, there are 4 numbers separated by the dot. And then each number goes from 0 to 255, which means we use 8 bits, altogether 32 bits. So this is true. Right. Second one, file transfer protocol is used to transfer file between remote computers. Is it? And this also we have discussed early. Yes, that's also true. Third one, hypertext transfer protocol is used to exchange HTML documents. What do you think? Yes, that's also true. Last one, find and folders in a cloud computing environment can be accessed without an internet connection. Yes. Cloud computing, in the sense you have to have internet, isn't it? So which means the last one is, yes, that's false. Right, let's move to the question number 8. Again, you will get 0.5 into 4 or 2 marks. Right, let's move to the next one then. Yes. Let's move to the next one. Give me the answer for the next one. In question number 8, part 8, question number 1(8), it says some icon used to graphic design software are labeled as A to D, right? So you have given a list of names. What are the labels? That's what it asks. Right? So what is the first one? Yes. So according to what we have given, it is Magic Wand, but remember it's Photoshop name too, right? So the A, according to this, it's Magic Wand onto this, but that is Photoshop, right? So the correct one here is select fuzzy in case if you are using GIMP, right? When we learn this as a select fuzzy, right? Then B, you can take down these because we never know what might come, but I assume that, right? These are the things that we have learned, right? So we better know. The second one we use to find out arbitrary shape objects, right? So it's according to the names given, we have to use lasso, right? Lasso tool, that is Photoshop, right? But in a GIMP, we will say select free. Select free is the name given in GIMP. So you better know both of these cases. We never know what they might give it to you. See, there's no change. I think it's moved. And then clone step loop tool also the same. In both versions, we are using the same names. Right, good. So for this question, actually, yeah. Okay, ninth one. So in this one, what we are going to do, we are going to look at, right, user and a computer system. What should come, right? Yes, can you tell me the answers? So you start with user, and then we have A, B, and C. Yes. What do you think about the label A, B, C? Or put it? Right. We know one thing. At the very end, we have to have hardware. Yes, at the very end, we have to have hardware, isn't it? So C, this should be hardware. Then with the hardware, we will have, yes, operating system. Then we will have application. Right? So this is how the interaction happen, right? So you put A, application, B, operating system, C, hardware. It's a easy one. 10th one, assume the dice was thrown 10 times and 10 values obtained are stored in an array named A. The following algorithm with missing terms P, Q, R is used to calculate how many times number 5 was obtained. How many times number 5 obtained? Okay, first of all, we discussed a couple of things, right? So we said that this is an array, isn't it? So this is called an array. So when we say array, this is the index. So if you want to access the first element we learned, how do you access it? Yes, we can say A0. Similarly, second one is A1, and last one, if you look at, we can say it's, yes, A9. So this is how we can individual elements can be accessed. So that's the theory part that you should know. Now the program should count how many times this will appear. How many times number 5 should appear. So the technique that we need to find out is going from each and every element, and we have to check whether it contains 5. So that is exactly we are trying to do. So we will have a count variable to find out the count. I variable to iterate. So we need to iterate, 10 times, and iteration start with 0, right? Iteration start with 0. So if you say I0, right? So we need to finish by 9. That means if you put less than, then P should be 10, isn't it? So this should be 10. Why 10? Because you know for 0 you should go. You are checking whether A0 is 5. Then 1 it should go. 2 should go. 9 it should go. When you have 10, we check whether 10 is less than 10. No, it will come out, which print up to A9. So the P is 10. Right. What should be the Q then? You are checking whether the array item is equal to 5. So you start from the beginning. First you check whether A0 is 5. No. A1 is 3. So likewise, you can check. And if the value is equal to 5, then you are going to say, okay, you are going to change it. Right? So in here, we can have I, and for R, we have to have count. Right. Any questions from this side? Achira? Amasha? Binu? Pramodi? Yes. Okay. So let's move to the next one then. So we can see P is 10, Q is I, R is count. Right? So that's the answer for 10th one. So with that one, we finish the first question. Let's move to the second question, part 1. Yes, can you send me the answers, please? Replicate. A malware program that replicate itself. Which one do you think in replicate itself? Yes, it's computer worm. Second one, unsolicited, unwanted, unexpected email received from the inbox. Yes, unwanted ones we call, yes, spam. Yes, pretend to be a trustworthy communication, attempting to obtain someone's username and password of a bank account. It doesn't have to be bank account, anything that you are trying to cheat, especially banking applications are quite common because it's finance involvement is there, right? Because of that, so this is called phishing. Display unwanted promotional material in the form of pop-ups. Sometimes when you visit some web page, after that, you see that whenever you try to access internet, you are getting a lot of advertisement. Very annoying. So fourth one, we call it just adware. Right. Okay. Let's move to the part 2. This diagram shows how a person works on his computer, right to health related issues. Yes. All the issues we have discussed under this can come into. Yes. To health issues. Yes, headache, good. Eye pain, leg pain, arm pain. You can write any pain. Musculoskeletal problems, yes. Yes, sometimes you can have neck pains. Right. So let's write down some. Right. Okay. Third one. Identify suitable terms for these 1, 2, 3. Person copying licensed software, downloading from internet to selling to others. A person logging into social media account using a stolen username and password. Right. First one. A person copy licensed software download from internet selling to the others. Somebody else's work. Yes, you are copying. We call piracy. Second one. Person log into social media account using stolen username password. Right. Third one. Farm in one country use agriculture information web while the other farm in the country is unable to use. Use the term what? Yes, digital divide. Right. Let's provide me the answer for the third one. I have already sent you the document. Exact. We know in HTML document, usually we start with HTML and end with /HTML. And then we have two parts. We have body, right? Head and body. So in this case, we have body only. And then the first one you will see we have H2, and H2 means a header, and we need a one tag to get it centered, right? So which means if you go through this, we have to use center, right? So the one should be center, right? Second one after that, we know it's an image. So image starts with img, right? And then we have third one. So it's a paragraph, and alignment we have to specify. So when it comes to alignment, we can use left, right, center, and justify. So in this particular case, you can clearly see, right? This one is justify, right? It should be justified. And then we have term Kiribat in italics, right? So that means this is I. And then fifth one, we have New Year in bold. So that means this is B. And sixth one, we have bulleted list using unordered list. So it starts with UL. And then we have LI each. Then we have to have these two terms, right? So one should go up, the other one should go down. So this is goes as superscript and it goes as subscript, right? So that's all we need to have. So if I summarize, one, we have center, two, we have IMG, three, we have justify, right? Then four, we have italics, 5, we have bold. 6, we have unordered list. Then 7, we have SUP. 8, we'll have subscript, right? So this is the correct answer. I got correct answers from Amasha and Pramudi. Okay, Binu also gave the correct answers. Okay, good. So let's move to the next one then. Part 2. Determine whether the following statements are true or false. Easy one. True, false. Yes, what do you think? Number of pixels can be reduced by removing unnecessary section of the image of edges of the images using the crop trim tool in graphic software, right? So when you have the image, we know image consists of pixels, right? So you have some number of pixels, right? So let's say this is my whole image. Now question says, if you take part of this, right? If you take part of this, right? Let's say I'm going to make it this part, right? This part, and I'll remove the other parts. Is it reduced? Yes, it's reduced. So that means we have the answer for this one as true. Second one, size of the video files can be reduced by making the frame size smaller. Again, like what we did earlier, and reducing the resolutions of the image. Yes, if you make size small, it's reduce the size. If you reduce the resolution, remember we discussed, if you want to print, you need like 200 dpi. But if you want to print, you have to use 200 dpi. Yes. So likewise, the second one is also true. So this statement is also true. Third one, the size of the audio files can be compressed by decreasing the sampling rate. This is also true. So therefore, all the three statements are true in this particular case. Right. Let's move to the fourth one. Yes. Can you quickly send me the answers? For this. Yes, it says the following spreadsheet segment shows CO2 emission KT of some Asian countries in 1972 to 2014. So we have 2 years of CO2 emissions, right? Write down the formula that could be written in cell D4, right? To find the difference of CO2 emission 2004 and 1972. So we have to say equal sign, right? So first of all, we had to get 2014. That means we have C4 minus B4. So that's the difference, isn't it? Right? So when you're writing an answer, don't put D4 here. Just simply say equal sign C4 minus B4. Right? Normally we will not say, right? So don't put D4 here. Just simply say equal sign C4 minus B4. But equal sign is very important. If you miss it, you won't get it. Right, next one. Write down the formula that should be written in cell E4 to calculate the percentage increase of CO2 emission. Right, it's given. Yes, there are a couple of ways you can do this. I have seen like you were using different ways of answering this. That's perfectly all right. Right, so percentage increase. So that means we have to have equal signs. First of all, the difference, which we have calculated earlier, that is C4 minus P4. Or else you can simply say D4. Then you divide by the value of 1972, right? That is B4, and multiply by 100, right? Or else another answer, you can simply say D4 divided by P4 into 100, right? So that is also possible. So that's the answer for the, yes, second one. Yes, third one. Right, two formulas into cell D4, E4 are copied to the cell range E5 to D10. So you are copying this to the range, right? And we have to write equation for D9 and E9. So we have to say D9 and E9. Yes, we can say third one. We can simply say C9 minus D9. Right, the answer for the first one. And equals, we can say D9 if you want. D9 divided by V9 to 100. Yes, so that's the third one. Right, fourth one. A formula in the form of function cell1, cell2 written in B11 to calculate the total CO2 emissions in countries 1972. Write down the relevant terms of function 1, cell1, cell2. Right? We can say simply, the question asks simply to type, we can say sum, we can say B4 minus, sorry, B4 to B10. But they have put some values. So function what is the function 1? That is sum, isn't it? Then cell 1 B4 cell 2 and then cell 2 we have to have B10, right? So that's the answer. Last one is easy. What are the suitable chart, right? What are the suitable charts? So we can have bar chart, column chart, area chart, line chart, any of these. Yes, bar chart. You can use column chart or area chart or and so on.